welcome. Hello, it's Leanne Peters here. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And the reason why I have a little laugh is because I was just about to pull the cards for the week ahead in a live stream. I got a phone call to reject, I pressed answer, and the whole stream dropped out. So come on back in if you were connecting before. So I was saying hello to everybody. I think everybody from everywhere was here, but hopefully you'll come back in. So let me start again. Welcome. Extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light family, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. Extra special, also a big welcome to anyone who's new, so let us know if you're new so we can welcome you. What I'll be doing today is using my Speed of Light Oracle cards combined with my Animal Kingdom Oracle cards, and I'll be looking for the best cards for this week ahead, starting from today. For me, it's today, which is Monday the 30th of November, through till Sunday the 6th of December. It might not be quite Monday for you yet, so you can just think of this as guidance in advance. Welcome to everyone who's new. I see Lisa's new. We've got lots of Lisa is just a very popular name today. Welcome all our Lisas. We seem to have a lot of you, and everyone else who's new and watching regularly too. I will just get straight into it now that I've already said lots of hellos in the other video that just vanished. So I think we'll get started. Last week, I'd just like to sort of recap. Our theme for last week was the fox, and the fox reminded us to find a way. So to find a way to move forward, to find a way to carve out a new path for ourselves. For me, reflecting on the week just gone, for me it was really important for me to find order. I felt a lot of disorder last week, especially around midweek, and a lot of kind of chaos, disruptive energy as well, and this lack of alignment with truth. And not that it was me, I was noticing a lot of like people trying to take advantage of others sort of energy around, which really disrupted me, because I'm very much aligned with truth, that I just don't understand how people can't do the right thing. So that kind of rocked me a bit. So my fox energy was about me sort of really being focused to find order for myself, which I did create by getting back into order again, which felt much better after that. So that's kind of a reflection on last week. So this week I'm going to lay the cards out intuitively in front of me here, and I will talk about what comes up. So as always, just think of this as a guide only. Take on board what feels right, what resonates, and what fits into your life easily at this time, and let the rest go. It's no accident that you happen to be here and when I happen to be here, so I trust that you've been led here for a reason. I trust 100% that our paths have crossed for a reason, and what that reason is will reveal itself as we progress. It will be the reason that's right for you. My reason for being here is likely different to every single person who's watching right now. So what I'm saying is we're all here for a unique reason that's right for us, that we can trust. So I trust in my cards, and I'm going to shuffle them, or I am continuing to shuffle them now, and I'm holding the intention to find the best cards for this week ahead for the majority of us at this time. So what do we need to know moving forward this week? What do we need to know about the week from Monday the 30th of November through till Sunday the 6th? So I trust that the right cards will find their way to the top of the deck. I split the deck, and I can see in my mind's eye a shape how I want to lay the cards out, which happens to be the number 4. So I'm laying the cards out in a number 4 because that's how I see it in my mind, and it works for me to do that. I've been doing this for a very long time. So now I'm going to turn the cards over and we'll see what they are. Oh yes, we've got 2 great cards to start. Oh my gosh. Okay. We have some very good cards. We have one featured card, which is quite a strong, potent card. It's the Cobra Bite. It says here further instructions which say to take the top card from the deck. So I'm going to go ahead and take this to add to it. Ah, interesting. So we have the turtle with the cobra bite. I'll talk more about that in a minute when I get to it. First of all, starting the week with the action taking card. This is card 10, action taking, and it says move on, horizon, forward, let go. I think of this card as reminding us to allow the sun to set on the old parts of our life that haven't been working for a while or that no longer work for us. Can we let the sun set on those things now and let ourselves move on? Because when we let the sun set on those parts of our life, that will allow the sun to rise on new lands and new parts of our life that want to open up. Another way of looking at this might be, how many old doors are we propping open? How many old doors from our past, recent past, distant past, doesn't matter when, how many doors are we trying to keep propped open with our foot? How many doors, old doors that need closing, are we giving our attention, or that are pulling our attention away from what's most important? Can we pull our feet out of these doors that need to close and let them close? Because then we can turn our attention to the new doors that are right there for us to start looking at and opening and exploring. So it's really important as we start the week to think about what in our life has no meaning for us any longer. What are we trying to keep propped open that is not healthy for us or doesn't support us at this time or doesn't feel right anymore? And where can we let that sun set now on those old parts of our life? It's time to think about where we need to move on so we can start moving forward. There's a lot of energy with this card, so it brings a lot of action. It brings a lot of movement to the beginning part of the week. So we might feel quite motivated to really think about shutting some things out, or whatever degree we need to do that at. For some of us it might be, like I find some people in my extended sort of family a little bit tricky to be around because their integrity doesn't really match mine. So I find it quite draining. So I'm not closing the door fully on them. I would never shut them out of my life. They haven't hurt me or anything like that. It's just a discordance that doesn't resonate with my truth. So I just need to kind of step back and not get into or allow their what I feel I struggle with to pull me down. So I'm not fully slamming the door shut on these people because they're still an important part of my life, but I don't want to really be involved to the depth that I might be with some other people who I do resonate with, if that makes sense. So there's going to be some doors that we want to slam shut. It's just time, that's over, we need to move on. And there might be other doors that we need to kind of softly just kind of shut, just so that we can keep our focus where it needs to be. So all this is about detaching from the past or detaching from that old so we can allow ourselves to move forward. So this feels really important. It feels quite bright, the start of the week too, so we might feel quite energized as we begin the week, quite motivated, quite enthusiastic to get some things into place, to get some action happening, some movement in our life. And then that leads us down, I say down because I'm moving down to the next card down, to Tiger Claw, which I feel overlaps Monday and into Tuesday. And this is card 40. It reminds us to stand our ground, to speak up, take action, and find courage. This is about getting our claws into a situation early in the week, and especially around Tuesday, where we might need to kind of clear the air. We might need to speak up, stand our ground. There is an assertive feeling to this card, so we may find that there is a situation maybe that confronts us, or a connection with someone perhaps as well, that maybe a co-worker or someone that there's been a bit of tension with recently, that we might need to clear the air or break the ice. So this is very much about standing our ground in an assertive way So it is quite a strong, a little bit of a fierce card, but it's also a bit of sort of that warrior energy that's been summoned so that we can do what we need to do or say what we need to say, clear the air, and maybe start with a new fresh slate. Now we move over to Wednesday, and things feel like they take a bit of a right angle a little bit as we move from Tuesday to Wednesday. So Wednesday's the 2nd of December. Interesting. So I'm moving over now to Wednesday's cards, which feel to be these. The Cobra Bite with the turtle. Cobra with the turtle. So let's look at these cards individually, then we'll look at their relationship together. So card 9, the Cobra Bite. It says sting, shock, truth and illusion. This can be a bit of a confronting card because it's potent. It brings some type of surprise or something that takes us by surprise. Some of those surprises I've seen when this card comes up are amazing, and some of them are not so good. But this card doesn't come up to create fear either. It's just a bit of a giving us an awareness of a potential for Wednesday that something could take us by surprise. And what that is will likely help align us further with our truth and what our truth is, which basically means who we are. So aligning us further with the truth of who we are. And that is connected with this card, card 45, the turtle. And it says slow and steady. So this is reminding us to find our slow. It may be slow, it may not be so slow, but our steady pace that works for us on Wednesday. And that this is going to be important, especially with the potency that this card brings. It's almost like the potency here of the Cobra Bite, the sharpness of it potentially, is being softened by this turtle's energy, reminding us to go slow and steady. So let's be careful or be aware on Wednesday, especially around midweek, that we aren't rushing and being too hasty and not really paying attention to our surroundings. It might be extra important on Wednesday to be kind of conscious with our movements, our words, and the things that we're doing, the things that we're saying, the actions that we're taking. So maybe being kind of really aware of that would be important for Wednesday. Okay, so then the energy shifts. It almost feels like Wednesday's a potential bit of a bump. And I kind of feel like I said that sort of similar thing last week, but there is this sort of feeling of a bit of a hurdle over Wednesday. So as we get over that, things actually move into a really nice space. So I'm moving down now to the creation card as we get over that bit of a bump midweek. So as we get into Thursday and into Friday, I feel this card is important. It's card 29. It's called Creation. And it says source, uncoil, light, and authentic. So this is very much about uncoiling ourselves, opening up as we get over that kind of bump midweek. We might feel that we kind of sense or get this pull that we want to come out of hiding, that we want to bring a bit more of ourselves out into our life, out into the world. We might feel that we want to sort of come out of the cave, come out of the shell, if you like. So there is an opening feeling, especially after a feeling of feeling constricted or constrained or contained. So there is this coming out sort of sense here as we move Thursday into Friday. That truth, living that authentic, honest energy is also coming up. It's come up a couple of times. That is continuing to be important, and it always is. I don't know if there's ever a time when it's not, but that or being authentic, being really honest with ourselves is going to be essential, especially through the sort of work week of this week. Now, the weekend feels exciting. So we have Saturday here, which is the 5th of December. So around Saturday, we have card 7, Chakra Activate. Listen to this then, Lisa. Oh, it doesn't say it. I thought it did. If you had the book, it would definitely say it. It's card 7, Chakra Activate. And it says upgrade, new level, initiation, and celebrate. This is what I would class as the Kundalini kind of energy of the card. And Kundalini might be, some of you might be thinking, what the heck? I've never heard of that. On my website, I've got a little video I did just on what I feel about the Kundalini. It's basically a surge of energy that moves through the body. If you go to templeofbalance.com.au, look up on the blog tab, there's a drop-down menu of a few important, that I feel are important blogs that I've written, and one is about the Kundalini if you want to look further into it. If you've been hearing it lately and you want to find out what I feel about it, then please have a look. But that's not that important for this reading right now. So Chakra Activate, this is about upgrading. It's about being initiated into a new level. This card is about the rise up. It's about the lift up, moving to that next phase, that upgrade, that new level in our life. So this is a really good high flying, high vibrating card, is the feeling here. When I drew this, I felt this was the top of the head, so the crown, and this energy coming in sort of from the stars, we could say, into the crown, into the body. So what do you need to allow in? The crown chakra is also about connections. So where do you need to reconnect or plug back in? Especially on Saturday might be really favorable for that kind of looking into, or that contemplation. But definitely high vibrating energy coming through for Saturday. So whatever you have planned, you probably find it will probably go quite well. We've got the celebration card too, celebration word here, which also talks about there being a cause for celebration, most likely early in the weekend. It may even flow from Friday into Saturday, so it could be a Friday night thing into Saturday itself. Then we have 2 cards left for the weekend, which I feel is Sunday the 6th of December. We have these 2 guys. So you probably recognize the dragon if you've been following my work for a little bit, but we're going to talk about the doe first. The doe is card 41. And it says, feel deeply. And I feel actually this is appropriate for the whole weekend, which I include Friday into that. So around the 4th, 5th, 6th of December, this is about it being really important to, I don't know if think about's quite the right word, but be aware of how we're feeling and make sure that we're in a depth of feeling. There is a sense here that if we're not really in a depth of feeling, we might feel a bit cold or a little bit alienated or isolated over the weekend. So there is this sense here of considering how if you can drop deeper into how you feel. So to me, that is about really being honest about how we feel and really listening to what we are feeling. It takes practice. If you've been someone through most of your life that has kind of shut your feelings down, or you distract yourself with other things and you don't really hear or are not really, we could say, in touch or in tune with how you feel, it may be difficult for you to kind of drop deeply into your feelings. For those of you maybe a little bit like me who have been exploring this for many, many years, you might feel quite comfortable in your inner watery emotional realm. So for those of us who feel that way, we might find it quite supportive to drop deeper into how we feel this weekend. And even if you tend to be a bit cold in your emotion because you're kind of working out how to feel more, you might also find yourself dropping, quite deeply into how you feel. So listening to your feelings are important to me. That's what I would recommend. And also being honest about how you feel. If you feel angry, be honest about it. If you feel uplifted, be honest about it. If you feel frustrated, be honest about it. In fact, the best way you can get the energy to move is to feel it into movement. Because remember, emotions want to be in motion. It's motion, emotion. So if you're feeling angry but you're ignoring it, or you're trying to numb it or distract yourself because you think that feeling anger is bad, for example, you might be distracting yourself with something else. Well, that anger's still going to sit there. So it's not being felt. So it's going to sit there. It's probably going to store itself in your body, and it will come out in sharp words at various times because that energy still sits there. So if you can feel the anger and be honest about it and release it in a constructive way that's not harmful to you or harmful to others, then that gets that ball rolling, gets the energy moving, and then you move into the new feeling that is not anger anymore. Anger can also be a really motivating emotion to have. We can really sort of part mountains and move things in our life when we feel that kind of surge of anger that comes up. So it can be a really motivating feeling. But what I'm trying to say is, especially if you're starting out with your feelings or you're trying to work them out, is to kind of listen, be honest about what you're feeling and let that emotion move. That's the flow. Flow, if you're not feeling it, you're not really going to have flow. To me, emotion connects in with that flow, that movement. So then that takes us to the Earth Dragon for Sunday especially. So this is card 25, the Earth Dragon. It talks about physical reformation. So this is physical change. So we're looking at change in the body, change in our life, change in our home maybe, our relationships, our workplace. But this is a reforming, this is a remolding, this is a improvement, we could say, that's wanting to come through into our life and our body. It's probably most likely our body. So what we've probably been talking about that we need to change, or things that we're not happy with in our body. You know, like for me, I tend to stay around the same weight, but I'm very conscious of, even if I gain an extra couple of kilos, I feel terrible in my body. So then I need to take steps to look at what I'm eating, look at how inactive I might be, so I can keep my body feeling energized and feeling good. That's right for me. Taking vitamins or whatever that my body might need. So if you've been feeling really heavy and uncomfortable in your body lately, it might be a really supportive weekend this weekend, especially Sunday, to look at what changes or improvements or reforming that you might need to consider around your physical body, around your physical health, that might support you in the months and the years and the decades to come. So this is a powerful card. It's one of the most powerful ones in the deck, is the Dragon. So it brings a powerful time this weekend too for physical connections. So it feels like I've been talking for ages. I don't know how long I've even been here for, but that's this week. I'm going to get ready now to pull a theme card, but before I do, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. If you have enjoyed this connection, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment or share if you're inspired to. And if you want to connect more privately, please send us a message through our website. If you would love to learn more about me and my work that I do at Temple of Balance, please visit templeofbalance.com.au. I have some brand new crystal pendants. I know some of you have been waiting a while. I think it's been about 2 months since I've made some new ones. So I've got some new ones that I've made a couple of days ago that I will be sharing on the website tomorrow. So keep an eye out for those if you're interested. There's various sizes, various crystals, and there is a green, white, minty kind of theme because I was very drawn to kind of leaves and that minty sort of freshness. So that was sort of inspired and inspired the direction of these particular pendants. So keep an eye out on social media, not that you can rely on the notifications that well, but you can also keep an eye out on my website if you want to. Thank you so much, and thank you for spending your time with me today. I'm looking now for the last card. It's our theme card for this week. It will help bring all these days together and help us see the bigger picture for this week ahead. Like I said last week, I really pay close attention to the theme because I let that kind of be in the back of my mind for pretty much the whole week. And just helps guide me or help me gauge where I am, or think about how I can work with that energy to help pull me out of any ruts or whatever I might be feeling. Come back and connect with the video too if you want to throughout the week, and it will be pinned to the top of my Temple of Balance page. You can find it on my website under the video tab, and you can find it on my YouTube channel, Temple of Balance on YouTube. But the theme card for this week as we transition to a whole new month, the last month of the year, we have an Animal Kingdom Oracle card, and it is, it's the Raven. Card 17, it says to face your shadow with honesty. So this is bringing an energy of we could say shadow, and I don't say that to scare anybody, because I feel like there is good or potential to learn within everything, but this does cast a bit of a shadow over the week, and maybe there's going to be potential for some fear to come up, or some situations maybe a bit like I had last week, where there was dishonest people around me that really tested my truth. So there might be that comes up this week as part of our theme, that might thread through in and out throughout the week. So it does add a little bit of a heaviness, but it does also give us a lot of potential to look at our shadowy sides of ourselves, the shadowy sides of our life, those doors that we've been keeping propped open that just do not resonate with us any longer, that I talked about earlier. It does give us an opportunity to see what's not working, to see where we are not being true to ourselves, and make the required changes or adjustments, so we can align further with our honesty, further with our truth, further with being an authentic person. Because there's no need to lie or be dishonest. And especially there's no need to lie or be dishonest to ourselves. And in fact, if we do that, it's probably going to overflow into dishonest situations or dishonest words that come out of our mouth. If we can value ourselves enough to be honest and real and true with ourselves, that is going to echo out into our life. So there may be some tests around truth this week, but we're being encouraged to face whatever comes up with honesty. So be really honest with ourselves. The raven is also the messenger from the spirit world. So our loved ones in spirit, I actually do have a funeral to attend this week. So I feel a very close connection with this, the raven bringing a message, or being the messenger from this loved one in spirit who I'll be farewelling this week. So we might find too that the veil between the spirit world and the physical world may be thin at times this week, so we can communicate or can connect with those that we love who are in spirit. So Raven, our theme for this week. And you may have a personal connection with Raven too, which will very much be appropriate. So thank you so much. I trust that this has resonated with you and supports your week ahead, and is a good guide for you. Come back and connect with the video throughout the week to get your bearings if you need to. And if not, I will see you next Monday for the next weekly guidance, and I'll see you throughout the week for other videos too. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great week. Happy birthday, happy anniversary, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye for now.